Liverpool's new owners emerge. Liverpool is reportedly in talks about a potential takeover led by Qatar's sovereign wealth fund. According to reports, Liverpool is currently locked in takeover talks with representatives of the Qatar Investment Authority, who are exploring various options regarding a possible deal to buy the Anfield club. Current owners Fenway Sports Group announced last year that they would be open to hearing bids for the Reds, but stated that business would continue as normal until a suitable bid was made. A number of potential investors have made contact with Liverpool over the past few months, but a Qatar-led takeover looks like the most likely option on the table as things stand. According to the Daily Mail, discussions have already begun between the Merseyside Giants and the Qatar Investment Authority, which represents the Gulf country's sovereign wealth fund. 3 possible outcomes are said to emerge from the talks over the coming weeks, including a full-scale acquisition of the club, with Liverpool reportedly valued at around £4 billion by its current owners. However, it is also said that there is a feeling that FSG would prefer to negotiate a minority investment rather than a direct sale, and that the Qatar Investment Authority will join forces with them in Liverpool in the near future. There is also a chance that the Qatar Investment Authority may decide to withdraw its interests if a suitable deal cannot be found, but the firm's CEO, Mansour bin Ibrahim Al Mahmoud, recently admitted that investing in football his company is willing to follow up after examining the situation in recent months. Football, clubs, and sports are getting very commercialized in a way, especially now that fans see it as an experience, so they want to experience and entertain themselves, he said. At the same time, digitalization is becoming very important for this, so the business model of these institutions becomes very commercialized and very investment friendly. You won't be surprised if we invest in that. We haven't made our decision yet, but it's a commercially driven decision we're living through. And again, sports is becoming a very important theme. People are more interested in a sport, and digitalization is making it more attractive to investors. It's not yet clear if any official Qatari bids will come for Liverpool in the coming weeks, but the takeover could risk causing a backlash from fans as a result of the country's controversial human rights record. The Reds continue to be available for sale at the right price as things stand, but it looks like FSG may not be willing to do business if the move isn't in the best interests of the club as a whole. However, there is a high probability that a high bid will tempt FSG management. High budget increase expected from new owners after takeover in Liverpool. It is very important for the new owners to be rich so that Klopp can move freely in the transfer and go for a major overhaul in 2023. Liverpool are after Jude Bellingham partner. With the final week of the January transfer market approaching, it has been learned that Liverpool are on the move for a talent who would make an ideal future Jude Bellingham midfield partner. The end of the January transfer window is on the horizon. Having made an early move for Cody Gakpo, Liverpool are planning reinforcements in a midfield that still hasn't found optimal form this season. It's possible that Jürgen Klopp still doesn't know what his best pick so far is, especially given the inconsistent form of some of the key Liverpool stars. While the Reds bought Arthur Melo in the summer as a short-term fix, only 13 minutes of play in a Champions League group game shows the club got that decision wrong. However, it is stated that they are planning a move for a Cologne star with form in the Bundesliga. Elis Skiri has previously been linked to the Premier League, but with only 6 months left on his contract, it looks like he'll soon find levels capable of attracting Europe's elite. He managed to amaze the audience with 2 goals and an assist in Saturday's 7-1 victory over Werder Bremen. But what is more impressive is that the Tunisian performs strongly on a number of key metrics when compared to Jude Bellingham, player who would be Liverpool's ideal signature in the summer. FBref highlights that Skiri averaged 4.3 defensive actions per game compared to Bellingham's 4.6. This season Jordan Henderson is stuck at 2.3 per game. Skiri carries the ball forward around 251 times per game, while Bellingham averages 248. But perhaps 2 of the more surprising findings are that Skiri is averaging more key passes than Borussia Dortmund's star, as well as being more accurate on long balls. The Tunisian player has had an 88% pass completion percentage this season and has completed 86% of his long passes compared to 71% of Bellingham. Of course, Bellingham's age makes him a much more expensive signing, but it also makes sense for Liverpool to make Skiri his partner, whose numbers prove to fit Klopp's style perfectly. It's worth $14 million according to Transfermarkt, but much of that valuation is dependent on the current contract status at Rhein-Energy Stadium. The truth is, it would have been much more valuable in normal times. It wouldn't be surprising to see a Premier League side gain an advantage before the window closes with Skhiri, who has already impressed against the France national team while starring for Tunisia. Skhiri is a gem that will soon be revealed by one of Europe's elite clubs. As an ideal Klopp signing and future Jude Bellingham partner, Liverpool, unable to afford the other party's net expenses, are looking to take action first for the overlooked 27-year-old star. Given that many midfielders will part ways at the end of the season, there is a need for a role that can partner Jude Bellingham and stand out as a ready player among Klopp's midfield options, and Elis Skhiri could be a good fit for that role. Mohamed Salah fell out of favour with Jürgen Klopp. Jürgen Klopp is no longer convinced by Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah, which means the club could explore a potential sale. According to Calcio Mercato Web, the Reds manager wasn't all that impressed with the 30-year-old's performance this season. As a result, it is said that Merseyside team will seriously consider returning to the transfer market, and the Egyptian players team directly paves the way for a change. Paris Saint-Germain will be very interested in signing Salah and is believed to accept an offer of around £70 million to allow Liverpool to leave. With this money, they are reportedly looking to transfer Federico Chiesa from Juventus, which is reported to cost £53 million. Like the majority of the Reds roster, Salah was nowhere near his best this season. The offensive player has scored 7 goals and provided 4 assists in 19 Premier League games. Since coming to Liverpool, 19 has been the lowest league number over the course of the season, but even that came the year Klopp's side won the title. The Egyptian is often trusted by the Reds to score, but hasn't appeared clinically on the offensive line in recent months. Despite this, Salah has managed to score 7 goals in 6 Champions League games so far. Although he didn't get the tournament he hoped for, he still managed to put the ball behind the net. As Salah turns 31 this summer, he will have a big decision to make about the future of the Merseyside team. A fee of around £70 million will allow the club to bring in a very strong backup and allow for a younger striker to be recruited. While Salah has proven repeatedly to be an incredible player, Liverpool will not want a repeat of Sadio Mane, who joined Bayern Munich for just £35 million. This year's Salah performance may not have satisfied anyone, but what matters is the aging of the Egyptian star. Liverpool recently transferred young players to the offensive zone, and it is clear that they are trying to rejuvenate this zone. He can find a place for himself among the players who can leave in Salah.